So next topic is what is meant by data warehouse. So what is meant by data warehouse is, it is I give a simple definition, try to understand. So for example, if you want to take a decision, for example, I want to take a decision that whether for this particular customer I can give a loan or not. That is the thing I want to know that. For that, I required what? Just customers information I need. I doesn't need the bank when it is established and whatever the different details I just need. So what is the data warehouse is, it will contain the database, it will contain the database of decision support. So that's why the database itself is called as decision support database. So whatever the thing is required to take a decision, for the supporting of that particular decision only, the database is going to create such a kind of a database is going to call as data warehouse. Students, are you understand what is meant by data warehouse?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Next. So here one more thing is also there, that is support information processing. What is support information processing is whatever the, so to take that particular loan by the customer, I need to process whether he's paid the previous loans regularly or not, how regularly he's paid EMIs, how much what is his salary. These are all information I want to. For that I need to process the information. So that information processing for this, and also what I required previous month's salary. So that is called as historical data I needed, and also consolidated. What is gross salary? Whether he is applicable to give the 5 lakhs loan or it is applicable 10 lakhs loan. So for these, so what kind of data is given by the data warehouse is, it is going to give a data called as the consolidated or historical data. It is going to give a data called as the consolidated or historical data. So what is a data warehouse now? What is data warehouse? Simply I give you 4 keywords. What is a data warehouse is, data warehouse contains subject oriented, integrated, time variant and non-volatile. So data warehouse will contain the information of regarding the particular subject, not like a box. It is not like a dustbin. It contains everything. It will contain specific data. That's why the data which we are going to store data warehouse is called as the subject oriented. And next one is integrated. The data is not at all collected from single source. Data is in the data warehouse. Whatever the data we are having, it is going to be gathered from heterogeneous sources. That is variety of various formats. Data is collected and together and stored in a single page. That is called as integrated. And third one is the time variant. What is time variant is, here whatever the data we are having, it is should not be so automatically updatable. So whatever data we are having, that with respect to time, the data has to be updated. And also non-volatile, that is data should be permanent. For example, due to power problem, due to some kind of problem, if data is going to erase, that kind of data is called as the non-volatile data. So it should not be erased. Data should be permanent. It should not be volatile. It should be permanent. So that is the, so these are the 4 properties of data warehouse. What are the 4 properties of data warehouse? Is data warehouse should be contains data of subject oriented, integrated, time variant and non-volatile. These are 4 properties we need to support by the data warehouse. 1 minute. And so basically in data warehouses, it should, before we're going to construct the data warehouse, we need to perform 4 operations. What are the 4 operations we are going to perform is data cleaning, data integration, data transformation and data loading and periodic data refreshing. So you can ask me, what is, sir, why we have to do that? See this, we have the data. We have the data source in Chicago, we have a data source in New York, we have a data source in Toronto, we have a data source in Vancouver. So these all the data sources may not guarantee that they contain the quality data. Whatever the data they are going to contain, the data is not maybe quality. Data may not be quality data. They contain non-quality data because of various reasons like noise in the data. The data becomes non-qualitative because of noise and second one is incomplete. Some of the fields in the database which are not a field, incomplete. Due to noise and due to incompleteness, and also third thing is inconsistent. So due to with the three problems like noise, incomplete, inconsistent, data will become what kind of data? You know, data is going to become dirty data. Data is going to become dirty data. So this dirty data cannot be stored in the data warehouse. Why we cannot store data warehouse? Because data warehouse contains a data called as the decision support data. It contains what kind of data? It contains a decision support data. So you are taking a decision based upon the data you are having. If your data is non-qualitative data, how you can take good decision? It is not possible to take good decision. It is not possible to take good decision or valid decision. It is not possible to take good decision based upon non-qualitative data. That is the reason why whatever the data you are having on, before you are going to store the data into data warehouse, we have to perform these 5 operations. What are the 5 operations we need to perform? Clean, integrate, transform, load, refresh. So what is cleaning? Removing the noise, remove the incomplete values, remove the inconsistency. It is called as cleaning process. After that, these all the 4 sources of data is integrated. Why we need to integrate? We need to store in a single place. That is the reason why we need to integrate. And while integrating, we have to ensure that there is no redundancy. So integration may cause, why? Because the same data may be stored in Chicago, the same data may be available in New York also. So if you are going to integrate, they should not have redundancy. That is the second problem we need to eliminate. And third thing is we need to perform transformation. What is transformation is, for example, these Chicago, New York, they contain the data maybe in terms of US dollars. Whatever the data, they are going to store the data in a format called as the US dollar. So that US dollar format is not suitable for my data warehouse. For that reason, I want to convert my data warehouse data into rupees. So this is called a transformation. And also here in databases, the information has stored in a mode called as date of birth. But whereas I have required not date of birth, what I required is how many years the person is having. So I need to translate the date of birth field into age. So how I can calculate age? Current till date minus date of birth will give me the age. So this is called as data transformation. So the data which is there in the databases is not at all directly usable in the data. So it is not suitable. So for that reason, we need to transform. So once the cleaning, integration, transform is over, now we will load the data. So what is the refresh? So I also told us data warehouse should contain data called as time variant data. With respect to time, the data has to be updated. So for that, refresh is again and again we have to perform cleaning, integration, transformation, loading, refresh. So now I have my data warehouse is prepared by performing these all operations. Now the data warehouse data is suitable to take a decision. Now what I can do on top of the data warehouse, now I am going to apply on top of the database. Now I am going to apply my query and analysis tools. I am going to apply query and analysis tools. So these query and analysis tools are applied on the data warehouse to solve my request. So the client will give a request, the query can be given to the data warehouse. The data warehouse give the response, and the response I can give to the client. So this is how the data warehouse framework is going to work. Students, are you understand, or any doubts you are having?
Understand it, sir.
Girls, you are also understood, or any doubts you are having?
No doubts.
Very good. Can I proceed? Okay. So basically, the data warehouse will contain a data called as multi-dimensional data. What is multi-dimensional data is, so single dimension. For example, in a database you are having only name, it is single dimensional. With respect to name, if you are also having some mobile number, two dimensional. If you are also having marks, it is three dimensional. That is the number of attributes in a data is called as the number of dimensions. So here data warehouse is also multi-dimensional data structure. And also data warehouse contains data cubes. Why we are going to contain the data cubes is data cubes are pre-computed. Pre-computed means on top of, for example, in data warehouse you are having some data before going to store. Immediately the data warehouse system is going to pre-compute the subject. That is, for example, you may ask the number of employees, count operation already performed. You are going to perform total salary of the employees, some operation like that. Some of the measures are pre-computed. That's why the data warehouse will give you fast access. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో డేటా వేరోస్ ఎందుకు ఫాస్ట్ గా ఉంటుందంటే మనకన్నా ముందే కొన్ని some of the operation they pre-computed. That's why the data warehouse is very faster compared with the databases. In database there are no pre-computed measures. So while after giving the query only the query is going to be executed, but whereas in data warehouse some of the measures are already pre-computed. Students, are you understand the difference between database and data warehouse? Anyone explain me what is that pre-computation? Anyone, if you understand, can you what is meant by pre-computation? What is pre-computation? Anyone? No one is understand what is pre-computation. So I explain, listen. For example, in a database, you are having a database. What you contain database? In a database, you are having, in a database, you contain what? Only data. Then data warehouse contains what? Data. Then what is the difference between database and data warehouse? What is the difference is, in a data warehouse, along with data, we are also having measures. We are also having what? Measures. What is the measures is, on top of the data, some of the operations like sum of, average of, count of, like this various mean, mode, rank, standard deviation, like that several measures are already pre-computed. That is the difference between a database and data warehouse. Now you understand, students?
Yes, sir.
So that is the basic difference. So in a database, you are having only data, but whereas in data warehouse, along with the data, we are also having what? Measures also there. What are the measures? You may make a user about some kind of things we expect. So what are the, we are going to expect, those all aggregate functions are pre-calculated. That is the difference between a database and data warehouse. And also in a data warehouse, we are also, so for example, what is, this is my data warehouse of sales. I have a sales. For sales, I have prepared one my data warehouse depending on, based upon three parameters, three dimensions. What are three dimensions? Month, product, region. So these are the three dimensions. So this three-dimensional database I am having. And on top of these data dimensions, we are also having a concept called as hierarchical summarization paths. What is meant by, you can ask me, what is meant by hierarchical summarization paths? For example, you created this kind of data warehouse on three dimensions. Now, one particular customer, for example, I store data warehouse lo month store chesaru. But for example, my company manager asked me, what is the current year sales? Students, he is asked me current year sales. Can I answer the question? Can I answer the question?
Sir, once repeat the question, please.
Repeat the question. So what is my question is, voice resound ostunda?
Yes, sir. Name mic on
Hello?
Hello.
మీ మైక్ నా వాయిస్ బాగానే వస్తుంది కదా, రీసౌండ్ ఏం లేదు కదా?
లేదు సార్ బాగానే వస్తుంది.
Okay. So what is my question is in my data warehouse I contain only month. I am able to answer what is the sales of current year? Can I answer the question?
సార్
Question అర్థమైందా?
అర్థమైంది సార్.
డేటా వేరోస్ లో ఏం స్టోర్ చేస్తున్నాను? I'm able to store only what is the sales in the current month only. కానీ నన్ను ఏం చెప్పమన్నారు? ఇయర్ సేల్స్ చెప్పగలనా చెప్పలేనా?
లేదు
లేదా?
చెప్పగలరు.
చూడండి మీరు అంటే స్పీకర్ మైక్ ఆన్ చేసినప్పుడు స్పీకర్ ఆఫ్ చేసి చేయాలి. స్పీకర్ ఆఫ్ చేసి మైక్ ఆన్ చేసి మాట్లాడాలి. Okay. So how I can answer is here I have a summarization path is there. What it is telling summarization path? The month has to be aggregated with the quarter and the quarter need to be updated with the year. Then by merging the data or combine generalizing the data, I can answer the question. Now understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And also I have stored in my data warehouse data in terms of a region. In a region ante enti, not country. Region ante top of the country. Ante for example Europe, Asia, America, like that I have the database. Now someone is asked me in a New York City how many number of products we are selling. They are asking me how many number of products I am selling in India. So can I answer the question? Yes, I can answer the question. How I am going to answer the question is, for example, not India, New York City. So how I am going to answer is, I have a summarization path is there. Now what I need to do is, I need to go for specialization. That is going to lower levels. So I have to traverse from region to country to city, and city to office ఎలా అవసరం. నేను ఏం చెప్పాలనుకున్నాను? City sales. So what is my explanation? What I am telling is, in a data warehouse we may contain data, but sometimes the clients or users may ask you higher level data, or sometimes they may ask you lower level data. Have you got my point?
Yes, sir.
So sometimes they will ask you higher level data, and sometimes they're going to ask you lower level data. So if you want to answer the higher level data answers, then you need to go with this summarization path at higher levels. If you want to answer lower levels, again you need to traverse in the path at the lower, then only you can buy. So ela traverse avali, higher levels ki vellali ante merging chesukovali. Lower levels ki, if you going to lower levels, we need to split the data. So by traversing at the higher levels or lower levels, we can be able to answer the given question. That is the thing. So that is the advantage. This is kind of thing is not available in the databases. But whereas in data warehouse, we have this possibility. That is the another advantage we are having with the data warehouse compared with the database. Next. So what are the data mining functionalities? These are the very important thing. So why the data mining, how we can perform data mining is, for these what kind of techniques we are going to perform on data mining, we will discuss in this topic. So listen. So basically the data mining functionalities are classified into two categories. Categories into two categories. They are predictive and descriptive. Predictive and descriptive. What is meant by predictive is, we are going to make a prediction about the values of data using known the results found from the different data. For example, here you are having a data. What is predictive? So you are having a data. So depending upon the data, we have formed a relation that y is equal to ax plus c. So depending upon the world original data, we are able to generate this particular equation. Are you understand my question? Now, So now for the given new x value, can you able to know the y value or not? అర్థమైంది చెప్పింది.
Nice.
సో నా దగ్గర ఆల్రెడీ సమ్ డేటా ఉంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నా దగ్గర 2 పాయింట్స్ ఉన్నాయి, 2,3 అండ్ ఐ హావ్ 4,5. సో వీటిని ప్లాట్ చేశాను. ఎలా ప్లాట్ చేశాను? గ్రాఫ్. సో x వాల్యూ 2 ఉన్నప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ ఒక నిమిషం, ఇది 1, ఇది 2, ఇది 3, ఇది 4 and this one is 5 and ikkada kuda 1 2 3 4 5. so x value 2 ఉన్నప్పుడు y value ఎంత ఉంది? 3. and x value is 4 అయినప్పుడు what is the y value? 5. so ekkudundi here. now what I am going to do is I will connect these points. Now if x value is 3, if x value is 3, then if x value is 3, then what is the y value? Automatically 4. so now what is given? He is given x value is 3 and we have to predict the y value. Then what we can automatically do is based upon this particular point where the graph is matching and the respective line can be taken. Students, are you understand? Very, very important thing is this. Amma, ardhamainda prediction ante em anedi?
Yes.
Okay. So what is prediction is, if you know two values, I have two values 2,3 and 4,5. So I doesn't know the third point. So how I am able to guess is I am drawing a curve. I am drawing the plotted on the graph. So on the graph, so I connected the points. For the new value, I am guessing. So for the for unknown y value, we know one x value. So based upon the given x value, I predicted that the y value may be 4. Why it is exactly correct is automatically. So automatically this particular event some data ne kabatti mostly at both the accuracy of 70 to 80%, the y value of when the x value is 3, the y value is automatically 4. So this kind of thing is called as prediction. So this is called as the prediction. And what is meant by descriptive? What is meant by descriptive is, so for example, you are having the data. So based upon the data, you are able to come to the different conclusion. That is, so student data you are having. So based upon the data, what you can understand is number of undergraduate students are 30, number of postgraduate students are 40. The number of undergraduate students CS belongs to CSC and having percentage above 70, or you are having around 14 students. So like that, different kind of properties you are able to generate based upon the whatever the data you are having. That kind of processing is called as descriptive. Now understood what is the difference between predictive and descriptive, students?